And that's going to make it 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go! Red 38! Red 38!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. We become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Ohio! You got 3 down. Flex round! Flex round! 41 Mike. Flex round!
To throw on 3rd down, Webb. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's J.J. Watt. Look at the big man rumble. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. And the big boy, dare I say, he showed some athleticism there.
Oh, without a doubt. And you know what else we saw on that play? Why they do more and more ball drills in practice. They want everyone proficient with catching the football and being comfortable, because you never know when a big play like this will happen for a big man.
Now, post-game locker room, does he get an extra drumstick?
He was going to get that anyway. He may get the whole spread now.
Yeah, put some gravy on there. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
Flex round! 3 down! Flex round!
Throwing after the interception, Webb. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Flex round!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
We got three, fellas, we got three.
Webb now from the gun. Drops it underneath to Thomas. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make this a 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! 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 Ohio!
Out of the gun, it's Webb, rolling to his right. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Tiger! Check Mike!
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now Watson, he finds his target, Fuller. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. Jerry Hughes on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Come back! Tiger!
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Richmond! Come back! Tiger!
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills getting set to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! 3 down. Hey, switch! 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 41's coming. 41's hot! Hot!
Now a first down throw. Webb finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw on 2nd down, here's Webb. He's going to let this one go deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Flex round! Hot!
A play fake. Now Webb. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the middle. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Lamar Miller, and he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Richmond! 31's the mic. Let's get it together. Reset. Black 99 Philly. Come back. Tiger.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Well, he tried to get rid of it. Pressure was coming right in his face, and it turned out to be a bad thing.
And it's so easy to be critical of him in that spot. But when you have all those people bearing down on you, probably his last thought was just get rid of the ball. Give them what they want. Unfortunately, he gave it to them too well. Picked it off, ran it back for a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin with a run by Miller. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Reset. 4 down. 49, check 49. Tiger. I got moved.
Now a handoff to Miller. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Come back. Tiger.
Watson on 1st down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Tiger. Come back.
Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
On 2nd down, Webb throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Looking to throw on second down. Webb under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Off play action, it's Webb. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they had the right idea. Just take what you can get on third and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way you've evolved.
Yeah.
You know, you've learned how to play it the Madden way.
And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Watson hands to Miller on the draw. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
To throw is Watson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They go play action here on first down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again, Webb. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. So we're at halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Flex round! Flex round! 41's coming. 41's flex round! Flex round!
To throw on second down, Webb. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense. Nowadays.
The Bills on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Single, slot. Ohio! Mike 41. You got to wedge that, huh? All you get is a headache!
Operating from the gun, Webb. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Tiger. Come back.
From the 50, it's Watson. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Jerry Hughes in there to get him. His 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Come back.
Here's Watson. Steps away to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A gain of 39 that time. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's a give to Miller. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Richmond. Tiger. Four down. Chest. Hey, watch this.
They'll run it again with Miller. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Come back.
Now it's Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now a first carry for their fullback. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
On second down, it's McCoy. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. From the gun, Webb. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Not good at all. A punt of just 24 yards there. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 36. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
That's a football play right there. That takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right, get it to your back, get a lot of people out in front, control the line of scrimmage, wide receivers blocking downfield. It almost feels like half the crowd is in front of him, getting it down to the secondary. They have a tough time getting him down.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there. Hatchet.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Flex round.
looking to throw on second down. Webb looking left side, and he's got a man. It's McCoy. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Back now in Houston. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, flex round, Ohio, 41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. Target. We got it.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
41 Mike.
On first down, it's Webb. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size?
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bills have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Hey. 4 down. Over.
And the pitch goes to Miller. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now it's Miller, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On second down, here's Watson. Flush to his right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Hey, reset. Tiger.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Griffin. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And the Bills are going to get the football back.
3 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Operating from the gun, Webb. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 45.
Richmond.
After the interception, here's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Check Mike 39. Tiger. Check. Go ahead, baby. Go.
They'll toss it to Miller. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They keep it with Miller on first down. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. He'll look to throw. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The Texans on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Back to throw. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down.
Richmond.
They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Miller will get it. He has been busy today. Space to run past the 20. 31 yards there and a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
4 down. Check.
Here's Watson on the sneak. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Reset.
They get it to him running left. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because...
oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play here for the Bills. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ohio! Double dog, that's the way. Flex round! Hut! Check 41.
He's back to throw. He'll buy some time right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Flex round! Ohio!
to throw. Buying time to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Alert, alert. Flex round, flex round.
Off the play fake. Webb. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth. Fourth down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range, not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block him. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
Richmond, Richmond. Come back, come back.
Watson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Watson now to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only 1 period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
On 4th down, Webb. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down.
3 down. Hey, check. Cut.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Mike 41, Mike. Cut. Flex round. Cut.
To throw on second down, Webb. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've been stymied left and right. Converted only one time. This is 3rd and 9.
Flex round. Ohio. Cut. Hey, 4-1's Mike. Watch the slant. He's moving.
So that'll back them up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
3 down. Flex round. Ohio. Here we go.
Webb now from the gun. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Bills send the punter out. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this kick will be touched down as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. They'll run with Miller, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Hey, check motion, man.
Now a 20th carry of the game for Lamar Miller. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Again, it's Miller. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT. Well, when you get that ball in OT, that's not the chance you envision. And the long field goal attempt here winds up lacking.
And you don't want to hang too much of this on your kicker, but he's going to leave you in a tough spot as well because you give your opponents excellent field position to start their first drive.
Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket, and that's off the mark, incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On third down, Webb. It's caught. Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. On third down, that's Thomas. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And a timeout now here in overtime with 4 seconds remaining. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. This to win it in overtime. And the kick is good. He got it. And it's official now. They're going to the playoffs. And I know it's hard to find solace on one side when the season ends, no matter where it ends, but especially in the playoffs, because